All right. Again, apologize for the language, but it had to be brutal to make the point. And that is this, that media is a powerful tool. And commonly what we are being introduced to are things that are very destructive. Not only to like the presentation, but some of this stuff sticks with you. Okay, now this is an African movie that depicts who we are. The same as the videos that I showed before, where the only presentation of who the Africans are to us are funny individuals. Now we were going to, people that might be familiar with the Friday movie, when Michael Blackson comes in there and says, I can't get jiggy with this, and we was going to show all of that. But we also wanted to be sensitive to the ears of the youth, and that was a little bit more clearer to be able to hear. So we passed on it. But the point still is that the way we are depicted is important in media. And it is very important that we take control of that. So now we're going to go into back to Africa. Because a lot of people talk about going back to Africa. I want to give the history. And this is not to be promoting of it or negating. I just want to give the history. Traditionally, after, like, during slavery, when we would get on them ships, we fight tooth and nail to get back to Africa. When we would fight and we was already on the continent and we would escape, what was the likelihood of us being able to hop back on the ship, getting back home? What we would do is, wherever we were at, where we could claim territory, we would set up shop there. We as Africans were doing this all over the planet, thousands of years before Europeans ever stepped on the continent. And so we need to understand that wherever we go, we can set up shop and make things happen for ourselves. And so what I want to say about this quickly, because I got to be sensitive to time, is that the actual history outside of fighting on them boats, trying to get back home, the history of the Back to Africa movement started by Europeans. And the reason why I say that is because after we had worked so hard to build this country, they were just like, okay, we didn't use you now, you can go on back. They didn't want us to eat the fruits of what it was that we labored for. And so you had associate type Thomas Jefferson, we know his history. After the American Revolution, where we had fought on both sides, for the British, as well as these so-called patriots. And they said that you will be free. Well, they freed a lot of us. And they were scared that once we got freed, once we had been shooting white people on both sides, that we would get the knowledge that, hey, we built this country. Hey, we served in armies and we were able to defend nations. Hey, man, we can just take this thing back. And it's like, oh, no, we can't have that. And Treasurer Abraham Lincoln, he wanted to send us back home. So I'm telling you, like, we need to be clear that there's a root, and that this could be a beef and a conflict in regards to, you know, certain things in history. We have black men during this time period. I want you to please write these brothers' names down and Google these names. Tunis Campbell, David Walker. These are black men that during this time, when you're talking about the Revolutionary War, that was saying, I'm not going back. David Walker, in his famous David Walker appeal, said that we built this country. If this country belongs to anybody, it belongs to us. And if the white man is so Christian, he should hold strong to his beliefs and give us what we ask for. And if he doesn't, we should take it by force. And the time period during this time period, him saying that, talking about Hannibal, this brother was powerful. And there's mystery behind his demise. Tunis Campbell was another brother during the Reconstruction era that had basically, on the coast of Georgia, he had set up shop, had an island. He was the senator of that and had people there, and they governed themselves. And everybody knows about the Reconstruction, where they had these tracts of land, and then white people came back and took all of that stuff. This brother fought tooth and nail to keep it. And what he said was, when they were trying to send all black people back to Africa, he said, I'm not even considering going back to Africa until all my people are free here. So this exposes a conflict. It's not good or bad. It's just history. Again, when dealing with the Back to Africa movement, you have the British. When people fight on the side of British, the British is noted to sending, between a period of 5 years, over 5,000 black people back to Africa to set up shop in what is now Sierra Leone, to start their own country. We did it. We accomplished that. Again, Paul Cuffey, Please research this brother, powerful brother. During the time of slavery, this brother owned his own ship. He was a fur trader. They say he was a mixed race. He was part of indigenous population. Some people that are not aware, there are the majority of common Native American tribes that we know of. That was us. We were already here, way before Columbus. This brother was of mixed race ancestry. He was also mixed with Ashanti. And so he saw the need to get his Harriet Tubman on and take free slaves as well as possibly some slaves that had got away, get them on the boat, get them to their own land and set them up where they would be able to survive. This is a powerful brother. He needs to be at the forefront of people's research. It's powerful. Joseph Jenkins Roberts, again, when we went to Liberia and set up Liberia, there are these what they call colonization movements. He went there as a young man and actually became the first president and the seventh president.